Though it may not ever end, watch the stars and make your amends. You'll be fine by me, my friend. Should there be a reason to pretend? Because you're really our dearest friend. Don't be afraid to grab my hand. Though it may not ever end, watch the stars and make amends. You'll be fine by me, my
Gazing further at the sky. Is it morning when my place is night? Is it raining when my place is dry? I wanna see, I wanna know what's on the other side. The other side, I wanna travel the world with you. What's on the other side? The other side, wherever you are, I want you.
Good evening, everyone. Hello and welcome to another edition of Mini RPG of the Week. This is the week that we give you the answer to life, the universe, and everything. It's week 42. I am Nua Lake, and I am joined by Quantum Deathcat for this one, the only Trackmania caster to exist in two superpositions at once.
Yes, exactly. This is why I shouldn't be in a computer, right? Because I'm just moving all over the place, but you don't know where I am at any given point in time, ladies and gentlemen. I just had a new haircut today. In fact, that was my little rush of the day. Now, I don't know if you have a rush of your own to do today, but at the end of the day, I hope that we both have a good rush and of enjoyment watching Mini RPG today.
Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely my hope. We're looking forward to today's map here. In addition, 42, another Australix map, and he's built some bangers in the recent past. Fall Night was an awful lot of fun. That was the last of his fall series, and we are now done with the fall. We're also done with the winter. We are skipping winter entirely and moving straight to the spring series on this one. This is the first of Australix's spring series, a series that he has promised QDC will consist largely of beams and reactors.
Whew, that sounds like fun. As long as we don't get, like, I don't know, ice pipes?
True.
Maybe.
True.
That's my one ask for any mini RPG of the week, right? Is that this is like a block that's never been used by anyone in the editor before on a good map, right? Find a way to use the icy
The ice pipe
block, the
Sure.
icy pipe.
Yeah.
In a good map, right? If that's ever possible, someone do it, please.
Maybe we need to start. Maybe for season 3 of Mini RPG of the Week, we need to start issuing challenges to the mappers. You know, like, hey, like if your map has an ice block, or you need an ice pipe for this month, or so on and so forth.
Which you must drive on. Which you must.
Yeah, exactly. You can't just use it as scenery.
Right, exactly. You can't use it as scenery. It must be used as like a part of the track, right? No matter how small, it must be used as part of the track.
Yeah, absolutely. Would be an awful lot of fun, and we are getting very close to that season 3. We are in episode edition 42. That's edition 17 of season 2 here, and that does mean that we're only a couple of months out from our season 2 finale as well. Don't have full details just yet, but it is probably going to end up being quite similar to our Season 1 finale, where there was a campaign, the top 16 players going through after some time attack over a week or two, into then a live finals over a weekend at some point in a couple of months. Keep an eye out for details on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, there'll be a little bit of prize money again. You know, just put your mini RPG skills to the test and get paid for it. What more could you possibly want? And I do see we are getting ready to move onto the map here. There's music coming from somewhere on my computer, QDC. I think it's in game, but I have the music in game turned off, and so we're stuck with it. Is possibly the answer. It's not coming through on stream yet, but it might any second now.
it might, and that's what's fun about it, right? You just don't know. So at the end of the day, the only thing I'd want more is more Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy.
Oh,
references.
you are not prepared, my guy. I am locked. I am loaded. Do you remember?
Listen, I have my pocket watch ready.
Okay. Do you remember Quiz Up? It was.
What book is that from?
No. Quiz Up was an app. It was like a quiz app that you could play quizzes on, right? But it was a head-to-head quiz app, and it was in million, like any subject you can think of, and it tracked your stats both nationally and in. Oh, let's just spectating player here. It tracked your stats both nationally, European level, global level, and stuff, right? Right. And I was #1 in Ireland for a very long time on Hitchhiker's Guide stats.
Whoa, okay.
Listen, I knew my Hitchhiker's Guide trivia. Now, asking me to recall it without a general prompt, gonna be a little bit hard.
Of course. Well, that's pretty much anything, right? That goes for anything. Also, did I just see that right?
Yes.
Do you need speed going down a bobsled to then 180 onto and Spider-Man yourself onto the ceiling?
That
wicked.
That does appear to be what has happened there. It does appear that you go from this bobsleigh, then up around on this beam into an upside down bobsleigh, and if you get speed you can clear that jump. My game may be stuttering slightly, but you know what, I'm sure it's totally fine, nothing to worry about. Carrying speed over the top here, the double respawn does allow you. It's into upside down. This is going to be well, maybe hard to track a little bit on this one, as we'll try and follow the cars through the upside down journey reactor. Look at that lovely view of the ceiling into a plastic roof bounce, and then back down. There is a safe way over there to the left, back into reactor bounce. Where question mark?
Left? No. What do you mean left?
What do you mean left? That's very vague. That is very vague, Australix.
What is this map? What is this map, Australix? No way you actually have to do that, though. Right?
You do have to do that. We do have in our notes.
No, that's not what you have to do.
Yes, it is. We have in our notes from the mapper that he expects that the reactor wall hit is the bit that players may struggle to adapt to the most.
Yeah, but there's a safe way. So
there is a safe way.
Just be faster. Also, if you want to change camera angles, I do believe it is Alt and then whatever the camera button is. So like 1,
Alt,
2, 3.
1.
Alt and camera button.
2. That's
That's not working. Is it Control maybe? Or
no,
FN?
That's just swapping between people.
All right, weird. Because I remember that one of those buttons does something to change the camera angle, and I forget.
Alt does swap me from. No, does it? No.
That's camera 7.
No, yeah, but that's just me clicking down to the bottom. Hey, if anyone in chat knows what the hell is going on here, that'd be
that'd be sick. So,
DM. Oh, deployer's DMing me. Control and then what? No, that's.
I said Control is the second one. Is it Control Alt?
And right. Control Alt 1. Control Alt 2. Nope.
Okay.
Right Control. Oh, right Control does it. Left Control doesn't.
Oh, there you go. All right, so now for the upside down sections, you can.
All right.
You can. Yeah,
this is going to be a very active week for observing for me, which is going to be entertaining.
I remember, right? Flag Rush, right? I don't know if you watched any of the Flag Rush competitions.
Vaguely,
But-
here and there.
But we had to do this a lot because there was parts of certain maps where you'd go upside down, right?
Yeah.
And so like there was like a magnet roof that you had to go on, and yeah, so sometimes the flag would be on it. That was fun.
That
Those were
sounds
some of the
fun.
more fun.
I can
Fun challenges.
imagine. Yeah. So here we go. This is what it looks like when we're upside down. This is what the map looks like when we're upside down. And then you go for your roof it, and then your background, and then we're back into cam 1. And then the problem is a respawn is really going to ruin that for us.
Yeah, really much so. So, yeah, one hit, and then that's not even magnet. Oh, that's gross. At least make
Yep.
that magnet.
That,
Oh my god.
look,
All
that
right,
turnaround,
all right.
it definitely looks like you can get it consistent. That's all I'm going to say for now, QDC.
It does, but man, just go for the safe, man. You're not gonna die if you go for the safe.
Well,
It might be faster, but it could also kill you.
but
during the
also
round.
it might not,
Well, Turbo
and
did it
then you'll
perfectly.
win.
All right.
Exactly. Think of it that way.
You might win. Yes, that is a good point. that is a really good point. Do you want to win? You're probably going to need to do this. That is. Oh, don't do that. Don't do that though.
I'm excited for this set of maps from Australix now. This is about to turn into a very, very spicy spring. I will say, when we have our voting for the season 2 finale maps, I'll be surprised if many of the reactor heavy ones make it in.
Right. I mean, there have been a good solid amount of not minus maps during the second season of RPG.
lot of players finding one trick they don't like and then hitting the minus when they lose around to it, you know?
Right. Yeah. That's definitely something that happens pretty often,
Yeah.
right? All things considered. And, oh, yes, this upside down angle is so good compared to the cam one where you don't see anything. But, like, obviously there are some things that you could do to improve this map. And first things first, I think a nice little
clean that
magnet
is.
there would have been
No.
nice.
Much funnier
Yeah.
without the magnet, though, QDC.
Much funnier, yes, but very minus in my opinion. That's all.
Very minor. Going to be a few people getting a little mad about that one. I haven't seen as well. Is there a safe finish?
No.
Absolutely
I don't
not.
think
It is just you need to reactor to that finish line.
Yeah.
Well,
I
good to know.
think that's actually what you have to do. Yeah.
Well, there you go. Good to know. And we'll see how it goes for players in rounds. We are now 13 minutes remaining in this warm-up, and times are still only just breaking the 1 minute mark here. I'd have to say, if I had a bet, it is probably that wall hit that is causing problems at the moment.
Yes, it is. Well, I think it can get consistent, right? But it depends on your angle of entry and your speed. And if you're inconsistent with the amount of speed that you bring into that section, right, and your angle isn't the exact same, because obviously, right, Mania is a deterministic game, right? And if you do this, wait, is it? Oh, that could have gone through, I think. Anyway, that could have gone through. That could have gone through. But all that to say, right, that it's going to be very inconsistent up until someone figures out like a wall hit method that will always work the same.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
We can also swap into cam 2 on the upside
Yes.
down and then see everything that's going on around the car. And then we swap back to cam 1. And this is, look, I'm going to miss the 1 or 2 button a couple of times during rounds, or the control
Well,
button, and then we're going to get a 1 or 2, and then it's going to jump cars when we least want it to. This is
Wait. Oh, wow.
backup strats? Question mark?
You just climb the wall. Yeah, man. Just climb a vertical wall. This is Trackmania. You can do that, right?
Yeah, that's how that works. I mean, for sure. Oop, there goes BMX flying on out of the stadium. Zerar, meanwhile, is now 6 seconds faster than anyone else on the server.
Yeah. Annex was the first one to get a sub 1, and no one was even close. So Zerar, I think that's a pretty clean run. Maybe one mistake, like one reset at a checkpoint possible. Or 53.
Every time I miss the control button, and then we're back to BMX. Let's
And
try
it's the
find
right
someone else.
control. I forgot it was specifically right control.
I keep hitting the button beside right control instead, bringing up my start menu, and then we're lost and confused. Back to BMX. But this time we're on board with Zerar, and let's jump up board and see what Zerar is up to as the fastest player in server at the moment. Definitely starting to get the hang of some of these tricks.
I'm sure. Let's see this new fresh run that he's cooking for us. All right, let him cook for a little bit here. As Zerar, currently on a okay time so far. Nothing to. Okay, that was a little bit rough. That's for sure. It's probably just the caster cursing, right?
Yeah,
We're probably just caster cursing a bit as he jumps over the boost and the reset block. He's going to jump up perfectly. And now in the upside down section, we'll clip a little bit. He'll probably still have enough speed to... No, he won't.
Not quite.
So, wait. So you can't... What? What happened? Oh, that's a bad reset.
No,
That's a bad respawn.
Ooh.
Is
Yeah,
this even respawnable? Okay,
yes.
it is.
If you
Barely.
double respawn, you have to go straight and then turn. You can't turn in too early, and then it's all about lining up this next jump. And let's see the speed on this. It's rough.
It's non-existent. Where is he going?
Yeah, non-existent might be the word for it, potentially. I would attempt not to have to respawn on the ceiling if I was you.
That means, right, though, that you need to be perfect in that section, right? That means that in this first round, we're probably going to see like 25 DNFs because we have 85 people here, right? And just that one section alone, we could see people getting stuck and just be unable to respawn. I'm sure, hopefully, right? But I'm still sure because of the way this map has been, right? That there's more than just one non-resettable spot. Oh yeah, sure.
That's clean. And Lars, it looks
clean.
like, is just practicing this right now. Which,
okay, that was less clean, but that was
still pretty fast though, you know? Like, and it is interesting to see Lars just choosing, with less than 10 minutes left now, to just practice that respawn a few times in a row, seeing how clean he can get it down. And, you know, maybe we'll see some of the practice of the backup strats as well when we get there.
All right, let's see if there is a safe finish. And I guess not, right? I don't see any other finish other than at the start here.
What about this one? This is a finish.
That is a finish, but that's not the finish that they use for the finish, right?
Probably
That's not the finish.
No, unless it is the safe finish and there's just a way to get there that we have not seen yet.
Right. Or that none of the players know about.
Well,
That would
maybe
be
they
kind of
have,
the
and
thing,
we've just been watching the people practice the difficulty. That said, like, it's not the hardest finish we've ever seen, right? There is an extra trick involved in it. But, you know, I could absolutely see that being the only finish on this map. Although, Australix definitely has made an awful lot of maps with double fins on them before. I think it'd be rare to see one without a safe fin as well as the normal fin / risky fin. This is, this is tough. You definitely want to set up very wide coming into this checkpoint, or your respawn is going to be quite rough. And we'll see if Lars actually has the speed here to make it through that jump. It's kind of feeling like maybe not. And then it's a respawn all the way back and trying to hold on. Lars right now also discovering the pain of this jump.
Oh, this is not looking too fun.
Just about able to make it through.
Well, at least, right? He is not going into the checkpoint anymore.
True.
He doesn't need to move from ITB into ITC.
Oh,
come on. That was a bad joke. You shouldn't be laughing at that, man.
I mean, look, you hit me with a bad joke, I'm gonna laugh. It's just unfortunately true an awful lot of the time. Unfortunately for myself as much as anything.
I'm just good at making bad jokes.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a good comedian, therefore I must make bad jokes.
Right, let's see how Lars gets through it this time around. Again, that's an awkward setup and, well, missing on the beam. It is awkward to steer upside down with reactor, right? Like, the car does not handle how you think it's going to handle. And you can see it, even very good players, what looks like when we're in Cam 2, going across the ceiling, a relatively straightforward setup. You gotta remember, the car handling is just not quite there, and that's why we're gonna see a lot of people fall off that beam. We're gonna see a lot of respawns on that upside down section, and we're gonna see some rounds ruined because of it.
Right, of course. And everyone in this lobby, I'm sure, will have to face the consequences of joining team into the wall, right?
Yeah.
So I think that's the biggest problem, right? It's not into the checkpoint. Really, the biggest issue is going to be going into the wall. So at this point in time, just because we're on Lars, that's the only reason I keep making that joke. But seriously, though, everyone's going to run into a wall at some point, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And so
honorary members of Team Into the Mud as well, I think.
yes, Into the Mud, that Turkish team,
Yeah.
with the Turkish name of Into the Mud. It's not that I couldn't be bothered to say the name properly, right? Which is why I was saying CI. It's because it's a really hard name to say as itself, and I did not want to disgrace the Turkish language because it is a very complex and pretty beautiful language, all things considered, right?
I will admit that I was not aware that you had actually been calling a team Into the Mud when I said that.
So no, because that's their actual name, right? So
Yeah.
CI, you've been watching the MEA, I'm sure. I've been watching you on you, so if you've not been watching me for MEA, I'm going to be really mad, you know? So,
I've been busy, you know? I mean, it's been long weekends. It's tough to find the time. And
so, I've been calling them CI because saying the proper name, because their name in Turkish really just translates to Into the Mud, right?
Fair.
But we can't just call them Into the Mud because that's not their name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But I can't say their name, so I just call them CI.
Entirely fair. Makes a lot of sense to me. And cameras, also in Trackmania, I think we're remembering here, QDC, cameras do weird things if you go through a lot of transitions very quickly. And so we're going to see some weird camera angles in the course of this map as well.
I think we're also going to see a lot of WTFs in chat because people are not even a second to the author medal at this point. We've been driving for 20 minutes, right? Everyone's gotten a 53, a 54, right? The players who are really here to play, right? Here that they're likely going to get into our top 10, which are who's going to be on Liquipedia, right? That's likely going to be those players. But no one's even a second, right?
Yeah.
So that is rough.
It's going to be tough. But I think it's going to take someone to be on a clean run. I mean, most of this map players are going to get down very cleanly. We can see with Lars here, who we have been on board with for a little while. A lot of the start of this map, as expected, down very cleanly. This is quick so far on this run. Well, I don't know. It's the caster curses are strong in general. But it is really, I think, going to come down to that reactor wall hit, right? That's going to make or break the run. That's going to give someone the author time or not when someone actually gets there.
Honestly, you've been gaining powers ever since you've been casting with Twiggy.
It's wild. Twiggy brought the caster curses with him, and now anytime I say something vaguely positive about a player, it just immediately leads to problems.
And you know what? Back when I first started, I was the king of caster cursing, right? I would be on anyone and they would immediately die. And somehow, right, in the last I would say year or so, that's died. Right? I've not been caster cursing as much as I used to. When I say not as much, right? Oh yeah, you've caster. No. For any of the regionals, right? Both regionals were 6 hours long. I did not caster curse a single player for both.
That's genuinely impressive.
So
a 6 hour cast and not even doing it accidentally is it is a lot.
Right? Nope. Exactly. I don't know. And when you get caster curse, right? When you do a caster curse on stream, chat lets you know, right?
Yeah.
Chat lets you have it when you caster curse someone.
Yep.
Chat has not let me know that I've caster cursed someone. It's been really nice, honestly.
Yeah. There's an interesting thing that's just happened to Darrigan, which is came out of the reactor wall hit with a lot of speed based on where he landed. Almost too much speed to make the next turn.
Right. Could you imagine if you zoop on top of that?
Oh, Lord.
You get a zoop, right? Because it's reactor boost, right? You can zoop on just about anything. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if you could zoop off of your own car.
True.
Right?
Also, I don't know if we actually mentioned it, but Zera, Yannick, and Anix are all, over the last couple of minutes, down into the low 52s. So
there you go.
Life's gotten a lot better at the top of the leaderboard at the moment. As I think we'd have to question, I think that's probably a function of players just stringing together more and more good runs on the rest of the map in general. And then I don't know if you can make that cleanly, Dargan.
I think you can, because that comes down with speed, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if Darjan had all the speed there.
I'm not. We'll see if anyone actually does it, but I don't know, man.
I don't know either, but that looked pretty good. That looks like it's doable.
Yeah.
Looks like it's doable.
Doable. That's
Doable.
less than doable, and whatever Dargan's setup is there for the jump, it's not been working out. That's twice they've ended up over on that left side wall. But hey, there's still, you know, a minute left to sort that out and to find their balance on these beams as well, because that is going to come down to it a lot. There's a strong mix between having to do some wild reactor things upside down and catch your bearings very quickly, and just precision driving on these beams.
So there's a cauliflower inside of chat asking if where the Safeway is, and no one is telling him. Right? Poor Chouflard over here, right? That's cauliflower in French.
Yeah.
Poor guy can't catch a break. He's trying to find the Safeway where the reactor flip is. And he can't find it. I don't think he's yep signed himself yet, because he's not realized that he can go left.
Yep. Which...
But no one's telling him how to do it.
It's a bit rough. There is very much a sign there pointing towards
There's
the
very
left.
much a side there.
Yeah, it is. I think.
I mean, do cauliflower have eyes?
You know, I hadn't considered it like that. Cauliflowers, they struggle with, I imagine, most of the senses that we take for granted.
Yeah, true, huh? So, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe he's just a bit blind, right? But
yeah.
that's just because of the nature, right? That's biology for you.
Sure. Two cauliflowers
totally
have
not roasting a
proprioception.
player that's probably way better than me at the game.
QDC, we have 86 drivers here tonight. That is a
90 at a point.
well-attended week. How many players you said? I mean, it's plus 20,
I
right?
said 25.
Like,
I said
25? 25?
Yeah.
I think that's fair. I don't want to Price is Right you and just go like 24.
24. Yeah.
Oh, if you come out with speed,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, because he
Dargan
didn't have
appears to be
speed,
like,
right? He clipped
but he
there.
also appears to be like the only player attempting that. So
I think he's the only player that's actually like noticed it. I think
possibly.
that's honestly faster.
yeah, I would not disagree with you. We'll see how that goes. I'm going to go with a massacre. I'm going to say 28 players.
Okay, so you're going for the high.
I'm
All right,
going
all right.
high. I'm going it's a few. With that said, I mean, we've had some pretty, like, players have been surprising me over the last few weeks with how consistent they have been when it comes down to it. So we will see how that does end up going. At the top, there are sets of 52.098. Very close to a PB there on the warm-up round. So you don't want to say the consistency word just yet. You don't want to give them too much credit. There's another... There's the safe finish! We found it, QDC! You just drive straight! How could we possibly have known? That doesn't look that much slower.
No, it doesn't. Well, until you click there, right?
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Actually, no,
there.
it is much slower. It is much slower. That's
Sure.
like 3 seconds slower. But all things considered, I have a secondary bet for you, right? I have a parlay for you, if you will. Does cauliflower make it through?
Cool.
Yes or no?
I gotta say no. I gotta say.
All right. I'll go on the yes then. All right. I'll go on the other way. I was going whichever way you didn't go. So
Okay.
I'm going with yes. Cauliflower, you better stay in, my boy. I got fictional money on you.
Right. Well, here we are into our first round. At least 8 players eliminated, and well, Yannick's with a respawn. I mean, I doubt we're going to see Yannick's in the number of players eliminated at the end, or Anix, but at the moment, dropping a little ways back. Here we are down in that bottom 8, though. And well, it is, it's a mess right now. As I say bottom 8, it's immediately jumped higher. Paradal will also just drive straight there, refusing to interact with the beam and then heading through the slow-mo. There are a lot of safe ways that we had not seen yet. And some of our players definitely starting to go for them as well, but you can see just how much slower they are, and then having to get speed to go up here. Paradal is still, I believe, well clear of the danger zone at the moment. A double respawn there, though, is going to make life very difficult indeed. I'm thinking maybe there's a safe way that we haven't seen here, potentially, to get off the ceiling. that would make sense to me given how hard players have been struggling to get off this ceiling in general. Or maybe you can just kind of flop your way down here onto the magnet. You don't need that much speed to make it there, QDC.
Right, you really don't. But you do need a lot more speed to make it through there. I'm surprised he did try, as Cauliflower is not off the start line, I think. He's...
No, Cauliflower has disconnected. Is one of several players who has. Ego the Monk is, well, here, and there is still time left. 30 seconds to make it to the finish line, and not that far away. Safing up the hill. I think they're going to climb out of the bottom 8 here, up to 75th. Looking good, and overtaken by Mutex at the end. But Ego the Monk, there's a complete lack of ego on display here, QDC. Just safing it. No need for the pride. Just get to that finish line. Stay safe. 71st place. In more danger is someone who is maybe not discovered the safe way so far and is definitely trying the hard way. The double respawn up there, or the respawn up there, interesting. I think that was a player who was just a little bit lost. And you know what? They've done a lot better than we gave them credit for. 13 players eliminated.
Only 13, right? And that's quite impressive. Now, we're still going to get 8 for the next round, correct? Up until, like, top 50, I do believe? Top 64. So,
top 64.
There's only going to be, what, 3 rounds total of 8 eliminations. So, enjoy this while you can, right?
Yeah. Enjoy this. For a little while, anyway. Yorsh not enjoying it so much at the moment. That flashing red around the screen always gives me a little bit of anxiety. But Yorsh immediately well clear. 30 place swings, not uncommon. Yeah, that is definitely a lineup if you carry more speed. I'm not convinced it's faster than the beam, because I think the beam gives you a much better lineup into the bobsleigh.
Possible. Yeah. I could see that, but we just need a good player to not clip and actually do it.
Yeah.
Right? I think that's all we need, right, to settle this debate. At this point, right, I just feel like I'm debating you. Who would you be in a debate, actually?
Myself. I did a lot of debating in school.
Do you actually?
I did do a lot of debating back in secondary school, that is, high school, rather than in university.
Oh, Bimbob. Bimob?
Bimob, excuse you. This is no bimbo or bimbob. This is a bimob.
Bimbob. No, it is not a bimbo, but it is a loading player who flips out, does not reach it. You should go for the safe here. I'd highly suggest going for the safe here.
No.
I'd highly suggest
no,
for the safe here.
Or DNFing. How do you feel about DNFing? Will you take a DNF?
Maybe.
Yeah, here's Things nailing that finish, unfortunately in 67th place, and so eliminated 45 seconds behind the leader, but it will mean, I think, pretty much everyone nearly at least making it across the line. A couple of players left out on track, 8 players eliminated as the last one on track does DNF as well, but it's only 8 eliminations
Bimbo
here in
is
round 2.
out.
Bimob did just DNF. Yeah, that was Bimob DNF. That was not me swapping off the camera. That was Bimob DNFing after failing the risky fin a couple of times.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
Oh, but now I found my next favorite player with that name, Zizou. I
Zizou.
found Zizou.
Isn't that the bird in The Lion King?
Yes, it is a bird. I do believe.
Yeah.
But it still sounds very funny, even though I'm French. Because Zizou, right? Like, you have so many. You can only have so many Z's, right, in a name.
Yeah. Look, that beam. I'm telling you, it's got to be faster, man. It's got to be faster. I mean, I know that we're not necessarily seeing Spyro come out of it much faster on the other end, but the lineup it gives you for the next turn, it's just much better. It's just fast.
Yeah. Okay. We'll see by the end of this, right? We'll see by the end what the players will be choosing. Even on 209 speed, they don't reach that. That is rough.
Oh.
That's even rougher.
Yeah, I don't think yours can make it here. Oh, 218?
No, they have it.
Okay, yeah. Totally fine. That turn, less so. And we've seen how difficult this respawn can be. I think that's okay. Ooh, the touch. It's going to be absolutely okay. Totally fine. Not even close to landing on their roof. Yorsh, you got a safe way right now. Currently in last place, 65th, in our last round of 8 eliminations. And kind of hoping for a few mistakes in front as well, but still a chance. Still plenty of time to at least get across the line. And there are players risking it in front as well. He's going to risk it as well. Yorsh, I think just safing it was maybe the way. Seafill is across the line, I believe. BMX, Sherlock's as well. These players have finished. And that will be the last 8 players gone.
Wait, how did he get through that part of the finish?
Look.
Did you see him jump?
Look.
Huh?
Eliminated, and so we will never find out. Okay, that's the answer there. Yorsh gone, BMX gone as well.
Gone.
There's a few good players gone already. Reactors, even if you're a very good driver, may not be your strong suit. Definitely not something that a lot of people spend a lot of time practicing. And you know what? We don't have medicine in the server tonight.
That is true. That's a good point. But now with BMX gone, right? That's one of the better players out. We still have Annex, we still have Zerar, right? Mean is towards the top as well, and in terms of currently the top 3. But as well, when it comes to the fastest times, I mean, Zerar is the only one with a 51 so far. He did it during rounds. Yannick's also did a 52.0 during a round.
Yeah,
very nice time.
It's getting quick up at the front, and I think by the time
Parker.
Yeah, when we jump back up to the front, when we do start to see what they're doing on that on the flip, on that wall hit, things are gonna look real spicy.
Oh no, Parker, come on, stay alive, buddy. For the Americans, you must stay alive for the Americans. He's from Texas.
Oh,
he's gotta stay alive. He's gotta bring me my barbecue, dude.
I got the full Alamo club tag and everything.
Yep.
Things you love to see.
Actually, Parker is the guy that created the Alamo clan tag. And the
cool.
Alamo team. So yeah, he's the guy that's been pushing for all that. Yeah, he might be out actually.
Oh, look at Ego, look at the speed. If there's one place left, it might go to Ego instead. Nope, crossing the line in 53rd. There's a couple too many respawns in front. Evolution will just choose to crush into that beam. And then DNF. I mean, stylish way to go out. Crazy will come down to 56th. And the Irishman Fasty out in 57th.
That's sad for you with the Irishman being out once again. I mean, it's nice to see that there's a lot of Irish players playing practically every week, right?
It's true. Well, at least one. It's usually Fasty.
Yeah, but we've seen like
we've seen more. We have seen the Irish jump in a decent amount, and we do love to see it. And hey,
we love to see any kind of diversity.
This is true. The problem is the Irish community not very mini RPG focused. Okay, got a few full speed players, got a lot of tech players, got very comparatively few mini RPG players.
Now, I know that Dank is probably not like a LoL player, but like, they would make sense because way too dank maps.
That's true.
Sound that like they should be straight up his alley.
Well, these people are going fast at the top. I would also like to point out that Nico is only 2 seconds off the lead, 1 second off the lead now, and they had a full respawn at the start of this map. So, it's getting tough at the top at the moment.
Yeah, Nabla winning with a 54, right? That's still like 2 seconds slower than what
that
you
was
can do.
not a quick round.
So, not a quick round, but all things considered, right? Like, you're going to be safe for a long time if you're able to do sub 1s, I think, right? Sub 1, you're pretty in the clear. Oh, Jozo, though. I mean,
good snipe.
I think I agree with his clan tag, unless he stays alive, and he does.
Yeah, managed to just first time that risky fin.
Yeah, but his teammate, though, not gone through. His bruh teammate Nuclear is out, and we can bruh him in chat, ladies and gentlemen. We can write him a nice message.
A nice bruh. I also appreciate there's cones on this map. I haven't seen anyone crash into one just yet, but like, oh
my god, Spyro.
That was about to finally make it across the line. This risky finish, having bashed their head off it for most of that finish timeout, and then crashes at the very end one last time. That's rough. That's not exactly what you want to see.
That's not even adding salt to the wound, right? That's going straight into like the ocean. Right, with an amputated leg or something.
Yep.
That's just rough, my guy. That is rough.
things difficult. We'll jump back on board with American flagged Parker, who is crashing out a little bit. Unfortunate timing there.
Yeah. The start is
plenty of time to catch back up. Rough start, strong finish. That's what we're all about.
Looking for a 110 at this point, if he actually does stay pretty nice and perfect. Obviously, we've seen a plus 30 being out, so right now being plus 18, he could be fine at plus 18, right? But ooh, that's gonna be more than plus 18 now with that reset.
Yeah.
That's gonna be more.
I mean, hey, there's a few people having to go for the respawns here, but this is several. It's not a great line on the respawn, unfortunately. Like, there's a lot of wiggling and counter steering having to be done straight out. Yeah. Finally achieved, but Parker a long way back from the rest of the field at the moment. I'm gonna jump forward to Nabla. Nico, who was so quick in the last round. I say so quick, wasn't that quick, but was ahead a lot of people. Could drop out here. Nico is still trying to make it to the line, missing the safeway. I think we've said goodbye to Nico here.
Yeah, I think Nico just got his Nico kneecaps removed right there. And that is not the way you want to go out. Parker is out. Oh, come on!
Oh, God. Nico kneecapped. Like, Jesus. When you're a weeb living in Belfast.
It's an old meme, I know it is, right? It's not dead,
no,
though,
I do remember it. Yeah, no, that like that's why I'm laughing. It's excellent, you know. You've done a very good job there.
Looks like someone went over to their house and broke their Nico kneecaps. Big Sag.
Hey, it's tough out there, and they've broken an axle with a wheel falling off the edge there as well. Inside our top 50 now, not even halfway through the field though. We will be about after this round. Started with 86 players, just over 40 left in the server. As Dai is chasing down Darrigan, a player who we haven't seen in a little while. You know, spent a lot of the warm-up with them, but, you know, they've been off doing bigger and better things than coming down in the bottom, outside the top 60 for a little while now. At the moment, though, Looker's Turbo in a little bit of trouble. That's a bit of a chase to be made, and we'll see how well he can actually make it. Darrigan, again, respawning just in front and having to respawn again. You'd expect Turbo to overtake a few cars, making it to this next checkpoint.
Yeah, but he's still in the red.
No.
He's gonna go for the safe. He doesn't have the speed. Oh, that could be rough here for Turbo here. But it could make him go up a few spots, and it does. It does help him out in the end. We see two cars over there into the cones, and he's not even gonna go for the risky. He's just going safe. Wait, that's
what?
That's the line that Chapelain went through. Is that faster?
I don't know if it's faster than this actually, because like with the reactor boost, like you are taking a quick line to the finish there. I don't think it's faster than the intended way for the risky fin, but it's definitely faster than the safe fin, and it is, as you said, significantly safer.
You go for the risky.
That's yes. Quite a lot of them will be going for the risky way.
Yeah. Oh, that is pretty good though, all things considered, right? We are really far out though from having a situation where you're going to see, okay, people with times of 1 minute are going to be out, right? We are far out from that at this point, because you could have a 120 and still be in. So you got to fight for survival at this point, right? And there's 41 players left, and I think we could even be in the top 10 and still see a player with like plus 10 seconds still be alive.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, like 1 min plus. Maybe like 1 min plus is going to require a couple of mistakes in a round, and I do agree. I think we'll see one round, but I think once we get up to that point, we'd be hoping that not every round in our top 10 allows that.
True. It's been rough for the last few weeks, though. If I recall correctly, we've not had a close finals in a while.
Yeah.
So we kind of want that, right? And at the front, I mean, if we could have got like a Zerar versus Yannick's finish,
I'd be okay with it.
Pretty sick.
I haven't, like, Lars' time a little bit off the pace, but there was a few weeks there where Lars was absolutely on top of the world. Multiple back-to-back wins and top twos. I'm not sure this map is going to favor Lars as much. Again, gonna struggle to see it favoring a lot of people, but Ego the Monk, hey, looking pretty favored right now. Managing to make it through once again pretty cleanly. Then here at the back, Larson, big crashes, big survival this time around. will still be in 40th place though, and hoping for mistakes on the finish from a couple of cars in front. Ego's in front. Anyone going for a risky fin? That shouldn't be. If they are, Larson is on his way to punish them, but I think we may have seen the end of Larson, unfortunately. Yes, and Turbo in 39th place at least.
And of course the minus that we've all been waiting for.
A classic.
Right? Classic Turbo, right? If he's not top 10 and goes out in a way that he deems bullshit, minus. Right?
Look, I don't want to just call out Turbo specifically for this. That is a mini RPG of the week classic.
that is a mini RPG of the week classic. But it's also a Turbo classic because he does it practically every week. Right?
Yeah. That's fair.
So
I mean,
I guess like other players do it as well, but like he's really the one that does it the most, right? Not to call him out or anything, but he really does it the most.
There are plenty of reasons to feel hard done by in most mini RPG maps, and I think definitely this map more than many, with the reactors, with tight beams, with the chance to landing bug off the edge one ever so slightly as well. A couple of players feeling hard done by that on the finish line already, I think, but we'll see how things go as we continue on. We are starting to improve in times a little bit. Up the top though, no one else has broken into that 51-second mark. I'd have to imagine, looking at that record run, that Zerar just got the top tier wall flip on top of everything else in a good run. But we'll see.
The creme de la creme, you know?
Just looking for it. Just absolutely nailing it. Nabla, just kind of vibing here at the back at the moment, is up into 33rd place. Will be going full risky fin on this one, and going for a little bit of a fly on it as well. Seeing how Nabla can make it through this finish the second time around. Not going to make it. Zizo looking for this finish instead. Is Zizo still in? I'm not sure that they are. We'll see now. Nope. 34th. Nabla gone. Zadaf gone. L Floor gone.
Wait, what Nabla was going for, right? He was going for a fly, trying to get into the safe finish from the risky finish line?
I mean, sure, but that sounds like world record strats, not round strats.
Guys, get onto that, right? Just fly up and go into the safe finish.
Yep.
World record zoop strats.
Yeah.
Reactor boost solves so many problems.
Debatable, yeah. Again, we'll check back in a couple of months, see if Medicine has found this track and destroyed it. It's definitely one of those tracks that could be done a little bit. Lars somehow was 33rd through that first checkpoint, but yeah, pretty clearly not for long, as we will see Zera briefly down there making an appearance in the bottom four through those later checkpoints, but still looking pretty clean as players are now starting to respawn, struggling a little bit through this early quarter pipe. Ego the Monk, tonight's main character, looking good now. Is in the bottom four, but based on what we've seen so far, consistent through the rest of the map, they're going to climb out with no problems, right?
Yeah, I think they have plot armor on their side, right? They definitely find themselves in the situation where they're often in red, and then they miraculously make it through into the echelons of survival. So they do have a pretty good track record of that. I do think it is the plot armor, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Everyone down in the bottom four at the moment would be wishing for a little bit of that plot armor. I see Flo going for a respawn as well. That could all of a sudden start to feel a little bit rough. Alex is just going to snipe that finish for 24th place. Yogg in the bottom four at the moment, still looking for a finish line. Zerar is still here. Zerar is eliminated in 31st place.
Did you just say 31st?
The 31st.
31st, huh?
Yeah. I was so surprised I momentarily developed a list. That's on me.
No, because you wanted to say 30th, obviously. But
I think you're giving me too much credit.
No. I think I know how brains work.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
I've done 33rd before, right? Where
sure.
I'm trying to say first, but I say third, rather, or second. I've said second a couple times, actually, in the past. That one's pretty good. Seconds. But like your brain just mixes with stuff, right? You're like a drink at a bar, right? You mix yourself up with so many other things, right? And you become complex.
And I'm gonna end up half on the floor in a couple of hours' time.
I mean, depends what you're drinking, right? If you're drinking a pineapple Malibu old fashioned, then yes, you deserve to be on the floor unconscious.
I mean, that sounds pretty good. Oh, Shinex is gonna crash, but still make it, maybe, question mark? Yeah, totally safe. All planned, baby. I'm still in 21st place. I see Ego the Monk up around that position as well. Herbie down here, trying to catch back up, trying to make an impact as much as our other Swiss player is at the moment. Yannick still somewhere up near those top spots, sitting in third on this round. We're again seeing a round-winning time of a 54. Players struggling to really break past that part. Astro will cross the line in 23rd, having sniped it across and flow down in these bottom spots. The player for loading, not going to be making it into the top 20 tonight.
Nope, and neither will Valard de Paul, neither will Hostile or Beaujeu. That's a lot of French names down at the bottom there.
A lot of French players in Trackmania, would you
names,
believe?
You know?
Yeah.
Hostile in French, Stealer of Pork, and then Good Game.
Yeah. Beaujeu.
Beaujeu, yeah.
Yep.
Meaning,
that's
beau meaning like beauty, beautiful. Like
sure.
when you say beau, like B-E-A-U, right?
All I'm doing is giggling at your pronunciation of game.
Boogie? Okay, yeah.
No. I'm saying sure.
Works.
I meant sure. It sounds like you're saying day, okay? Good day, sir.
Good day, sir. What, you don't like a good-looking gay? I mean,
listen, you're putting words in my mouth now, alright? That's, and all I'm saying...
That's not the only thing that's going in your mouth.
Alright, now we're... Look, alright, all I wanted to do was make fun of a Quebec accent a little bit, and instead...
It's gone back onto you.
Instead, it's gone back onto me. Don't call it a comeback. Jam is in the bottom four at the moment. Great transition, great segue on that one. And Jam, not a great transition in the middle of the map there, but it somehow set him up very nicely for that flip. That's not as clean through the next jump, though. Now looking to make through the finish. At least one respawn in front. A clean end across this last finish could get him back up into the safe places. I think it might in 21st. 2 tenths clear of Antos, who takes 22nd place.
Oh, right in the orange too, right? Just a little snipe there at the end. That's all that you need to stay alive. Now plus 22 is out, right? So slowly but surely the times are going down, but we are in top 20 now, and still plus 20 is still alive, right? Still a 113 is good enough to stay in. So keep that in mind. I think Le Barjot has found himself completely disconnected.
Yeah. Very disappointing. Also worth noting, I mean, a lot of variance in the times at the top of the table still, you know, anywhere between kind of a low 52 and a high 54, still winning rounds. Very much changing up round to round. We'll see towards the end if that does change, but I could see that happening all the way until our top two for sure.
Agreed. All right, well, top 20 now. Only 2 more rounds of 4 eliminations, at which point we'd be in the top 13. And we'll see 2 eliminations, which, that's gonna get spicy. What do you think here, right? Top 13? Who do you think could be out here? Because at this point, right, there's pretty much only good players left, and obviously you don't think Lars is gonna be out, right? Of course he's into the wall, but do you think he's out?
I mean... No. I think Lars is already climbed back. By the time you finish that question, I think Lars had already climbed back to safety. So maybe a little bit unfair of me to wait and pause even another half beat to answer. But I did. And he's well clear of at the moment. Ego the Monk still alive, nearly inside the top 20. Going to take a safe route up this hill as well. Let's see if Ego can survive another round here. Has been clawing it up with just consistency and showing how important consistency is in mini RPG of the week. Going to be sitting in 20th. This may be the end of the journey. I can't see many respawns in front at this point, and it'll all come down to where F-Fry finishes outside the top 10. In fact, Ego will be the last player across the line, just behind Clint, who did manage to snipe. Never mind, Clint DNF'd. So
that one was plus 17, actually. Plus 14 was the cut-off point. So, that's a 107, right? That still gives you a lot of room forever. right? To make mistakes and stay alive. Plenty of players that we know of, right, that are still in this top 17 here. But a lot of them, I think, will feel hard done by because, I mean, 17th with 4 eliminations is rough, right? Normally, top 16s, you only have 2 eliminations, but because we still have 17, there's 4. So if you're 13th, right, 14th, sorry, you'll get eliminated when you wouldn't be in top 16.
Yeah,
normally.
Exactly. It is one of the few times that we are seeing like the maximum number of 4 players eliminated. 17 is just outside that cutoff for the top 16, which is when we swap over. So, as you say, an absolute bloodbath, an unprecedented scale of just pure violence done upon the players in this round. You can see it though, all getting a lot cleaner at that flip towards the finish line. Brandon currently sitting in 14th place, going to probably have to risk it, is going to risk it. Look at those players in front. Is everyone safely through? No, Telnight fell off and Brandon fell off as well. Keep an eye on the finishes now coming through. Telnight is in 13th. We saw Telnight fall off with our own eyes. Astro trying to cross in front. Brandon in 13th place. Astro could not quite get across the finish line. Would have been enough if he hadn't failed the last attempt.
Yeah, Mean and Ediso are out. That's 2 big players. Telnay as well, right? Who's been pretty consistent, all things considered, through Mini RPG of the Week. So that's some pretty good players that are currently out. With well, now towards the top, right? We're looking at Yannick's and we're looking at the Jozo. Yeah,
not unexpected when you do get into our top kind of 15 here. A lot of good players gone at this point. Zerar gone earlier. Still holds the best time on the record, and it's rare that you see someone eliminated kind of outside the top 20 and then continue to hold first place as we head towards the top 10. But very much all up for grabs at the moment. Yannick's, Jozo, Anix, all still here. Lars still hanging around as well. Could be looking to snipe away yet another mini RPG of the week. No Marius this week, worth touching on. I believe still the player with the most mini RPG of the week wins to his name, but I haven't actually gone and looked at the stats in a little while, and I'll have to do that before we get to edition 50. But things at the bottom right now, a little bit rough.
Yeah, I think, well, I mean, would players that have won a mini RPG of the week or for this second season get an automatic buy-in?
No.
For the final? No, okay.
No. There's 25 editions. We can't give
Yeah,
like,
but like,
I know
Yannick's won half of them.
This is true. This is very true. But no. That's not. Look, it's TimeAttack, and these players are mostly good enough to do it. I believe. As I say, I'm not sure exactly of all of the details just yet. I believe we probably will be doing something similar with a TimeAttack campaign for a little while. Dakar Crash was in 10th there. I was not expecting that. Jam eliminated instead as Mange-moi le Bolet will stay alive in 11th.
Mange-moi le Bolet. Say it really nicely, actually.
Merci. Your
Your French is so nice compared to mine. Mine is just so hillbilly compared, right?
Me. I had a French teacher in school who had quite a strong like North Dublin accent. Like, you know, she'd talk a bit like this. And like hearing someone swap backwards and forwards between French, where they, you know, they speak like this and ouais, je m'appelle, and then swap back straight to a North Dublin accent. It's very funny. It's just there's something good about it, you know.
It's pretty crazy how people can switch between languages so easily and fluently. And tu t'en rendrais même pas compte à ce point-là parce que tu sais à ce point tu te rends compte que c'est juste des Français là, puis t'es juste entouré par des Français. Pauvre toi là, t'es le seul anglophone.
Oui.
Actually, that's probably the best response you could have given. Well, French player that we are on right now is Tunnix. She is currently in 7th, looking to get herself onto the Wikipedia page. Actually, one of the 2 eliminated players here is going to be on the Wikipedia page. So, oh no, that's bad for Tunnix. She's going to roll out. That could be it. That could be it for Tunnix.
That could be a full barrel all the way out. She is looking to recover right now. Down in 10th place, and there's not a lot of track left to catch back up on. Enos in front, looking for a finish as well. Can Tunnix now snipe at the finish line? I mean, cleanly through the first time will help. Still won't be enough. Denied by the teammate. Enos finishes over a second ahead.
Yeah, and that's Mange-moi le Bolet out in 11th, and his name will not be in the record books for this one. Because it's going to be Tunnix instead who gets it.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, if you can't continue in the top 10, you might as well make it to the Wikipedia page. Feeling okay about that, as Elflor says, Rip Tutu in chat. Life is tough when you go out in 10th place, but we are getting down to some very good players left indeed. We've already highlighted Lars and Lanix, I believe is what I was about to say. But also Anix, Jozo still here, Orion Man long gone. Unfortunately, the player with, well, never mind, 82nd. The scoreboard is lying to me at the moment over in that top right corner. As I just glanced down, I was like, who are these people? But we're still on double elimination, QDC, and really that's the important thing.
We are in double elimination until top 6, not until top 8, until top 6, right? That's something that's different for Mini RPG of the Week. However, because there's an odd number, right? It's going to be up until top 5, actually.
Anix is gone, man.
Well, Anix is gone.
Anix is, he's not making it this round.
No way, right? So, at this point in time, if you look at who's left, right? Would I be crazy to think that Jozo is the favorite here? With 7 remaining? As he goes through, he's got himself a 53.9. Same with Lars.
That's true.
Winos just in behind in 3rd. Brandon in 4th. Yannick's in 5th. Lucius and Dinksu is staying alive. That guy crashed. I mean, he crashed one too many times, I think.
That's how it be sometimes. You'd crash one too many times and out you go. That guy did indeed crash. Anix will crash out as well with an 8th place finish. Jozo, I think I'd struggle to call him a favorite just because players like Lars and Yannick are still here. And, you know, being a fast driver is one thing. Knowing how to win, very much a different thing as well. And these are two guys who definitely know how to win.
Right. I mean, they're all winners, right?
This is true.
At the end of the day, that's what makes a winner, which is why it's so surprising, right? When we get new winners, because that means that the winners that we normally see lose. Right?
This is true.
Now, at this point, we have Lars, we have Yannick, right? Even like Jozo and Winos, right? Those players, right, are who you expect to be in your top 10. But Lucius, I mean, we've seen him a couple times up there. But Jinxu? Ooh, Jinxu, I think he's getting jinxed out of this round. And Lucius might be a little too far back as Yannick behind by 7 seconds. Jinxu actually ahead, and Yannick is forced to take the safe. And do we see Jinxu going through? Oh, he's just behind, but he's got more speed. Look at how close this is. This is going to come down to mistakes, and Winos has made it. Yannick is still behind both. Can he overtake either? That's a no. Yannick is out. Lucius is out. Those are 2 big names. Winos, Jinxu, Brandon, Jozo, and Lars are left.
That's a spicy final round of 2 eliminations as well. A 2-horse race for the finish line, becoming a 3-horse race as Enos respawned right in front of them as well. And then it's just Jinxu and Enos. And there is kind of one of the questions answered that we had about the safe way versus the risky way as well on that wall bounce. Maybe relatively equal times to get up there. But in terms of just the speed you carry out through the rest of the map, then Jinxu absolutely burned Yannick from there on out.
Top 5. We have ourselves only 1 elimination now. 4 rounds left to go. Will it be Brandon? Will it be Jinxu? Will it be Jozo, Lars, or Winos? I'm still sticking to Jozo here, as we do see Jinxu down into 4th place, as Brandon's made a big mistake off the start here. He's going to be really far back. He's going to need a mistake out of those in front. And, well, these 4 players, they don't want to give that up, as Jozo currently leads ahead of Lars, ahead of Winos, ahead of Jinxu, as Brandon stays really far behind. It's nice that we're staying on Jinxu, though, because we can see that he is currently in 3rd place as Jozo makes a big mistake. Look at this bad reset from him.
Oh, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
But Brandon!
Where are you going, son? He's gone. There goes Jozo in the background. You gotta reset on that. Maybe he just didn't know about Jozo's reset, about Jozo having to respawn, and Jozo is just full safing. Brandon is so far away. Jozo will take the medium difficulty finish and come away with a 4th place. Brandon was gifted a 2nd chance in that one. Unfortunately, not quite able to take advantage.
Oh, he can't even get the risky finish. At this point, that's amputated leg in the ocean at that point. And this is rough for poor Brandon here. This is unceremonious. Actually, that's pretty cool. That was actually pretty cool.
Ceremonious at the very end there. And hey, it's still a 5th place finish. A very, very strong finish indeed against a pretty stacked field of mini RPG of the week. Into our top 4 we go. A couple of good players up here. Jozo, Jinxu, and Lars. Jinxu has been holding on in the last few rounds. We have lost Yannick's. We've lost Zera a long time ago. Ainix gone too. I mean, Lars and Jozo, probably the battle at this point, you would imagine. But given how this map has gone, could be anyone in our final 3. Final 2
really
even.
Could be. And Jinxu, I mean, obviously, right? We look at his pace. He's not really there compared to the others, right? The others definitely have more pace, but he's just not made as many mistakes, right? He's fallen behind. He's about a second slower by the halfway point, and I mean, look at the small mistakes that he makes, right? But Jozo, Wynos, and Lars are not impervious to mistakes themselves, and Jinxu could get ahead of Jozo, but he got slowed down at his checkpoint here as Jozo stays in 3rd. Let's stay with him as we look at Lars and Wynos going through the risky, and both of them make it through. Jozo, he's through. Wait, no, Wynos!
Wait,
he's behind.
No, he's fine. He's fine. He's fine. He's fine. Jinxu. It was not that far apart. I mean, 2.5 seconds is on a lot of Trackmania maps an eternity. On a map like this, not that much. That's one more mistake, and mistakes come thick and fast, even here in the top 4. But it is the top 3 that we head into now. A top 3 of Enos, of Jozo, and of Lars. I mean, who are you backing at this point?
Right, you had Lars since the very, very beginning, right? You did call that Lars would do pretty good today, and that's not surprising. I think the biggest surprise was Jinxu. Random also doing pretty well. Up to get the top 5 for both of them. That's really, really nicely done by them. But I think out of this top 3 now, the biggest surprise is Wynos, right? And I mean, not to disregard them, but like they're not as fast as Jozo and Lars have been on the consistency basis. So at this point in time, Wynos staying alive, could he take advantage of this as he's overtaken Lars, who's made a massive mistake here, and now all that's left between Wynos and victory is pretty much just Jozo, unless both of them make a mistake here. Does not look like it though. Both Jozo and Wynos, unless they make a mistake here in the risky. In fact, they should probably go safe, and that's exactly what Jozo's done. He's gone for the safe. Wynos goes through. Jozo's through. It's about a second slower going for that safe jump finish, right?
Yeah.
But
I
Lars
think
coming through 3rd.
6 or 7 tenths is probably what he lost there. Lars will come 3rd
6,
though. I mean, look, it's safe any week where you back Lars to do well, and another top 3 is definitely doing well, but a mistake early in that round will cost Lars. The top 2 will cost Lars a chance at adding to his title cabinet with Enos versus Jozo here in our final round. Do either of these players make the early mistake? Does anyone gift their opponent a run to the finish line under less pressure? Enos will make that mistake early on, and now it comes down to whether or not Jozo makes one too. That was slow by Jozo through that section, but with your opponent 4.5 seconds behind, you can afford a little bit slow.
You can afford a little bit slow, right? And that's fine. It's completely fine. As Jozo is gonna make it through clips again, but because of the cruise control stays put. Will he need? No, he's not gonna need to go for the safe way this time around, but he's gonna get a slow flip. He's still going to be super far ahead as Wynos has made way too many mistakes here, and well, that's what I meant, right? When I said that I've not been able to caster curse anyone in a long time, right? Jozo got stuck, and he made mistake after mistake, and yet he stayed alive, and he just won this round with a 55.9. And I called out that he'd win, like in top 10, normally, right? Us casters, we get these guys out super early when we do that, and for some reason, every player that I've called that will win has won for the last few months, so I don't know what I've been on.
Just call it a good analysis, QDC. Absolutely incredible predictions all around. And with that, edition 42 of Mini RPG of the Week does, unfortunately, come to an end. A strong performance all around. The start of a series of maps by Australix in which he threatens, promises, hard to tell, but it is going to be more beams and reactors over the coming months. And of course, we are getting ever closer to that edition 50 of Mini RPG of the Week and the season finale that will bring. Looking forward to that one. We hope you are as well as ever. join the RPG Discord. It's somewhere in Twitch chat if you do want to get a little bit more involved. And hey, if you think that you could make a map for Mini RPG of the Week, get in contact with our admin, Zeterate. QDC, thank you for joining me tonight. Thank you everyone who has joined us tonight. We will see you soon. I will see everyone soon if you pop on over to the Main Track Mania Twitch channel, where I will be casting TMCL later for the hidden secret, tonight's TMCL match that has appeared out of nowhere. But that is the end of Mini RPG for the week, and we will see you again very soon.